Are you eager to change? Are you eager to heal? Do you want to be able to take that magic pill? Well, we're going to talk about how that isn't always the best policy. Hi, Eloise Ansell here. I'm an intuitive healer based in the UK. Hello, welcome. This week on Clinic Chat, I want to talk about healing being a marathon, not a sprint. I've been in clinic now full time for like 15 years, and I've learned a lot of things about bodies and people and healing over that time. And I see time and time again people coming in or booking a session and thinking I'm going to fix everything in one session. I always try and set their expectations. I always like, book 3 sessions. It'll kind of give us a bit of time to, declutter the body a bit, maybe free some stuff up, have a look under the bonnet and see what's going on. And normally within 3 sessions, people will know if this is for them or not. They'll, if they've come with like one thing, they might have shifted it, who knows? But at least they'll know if this is for them, if they're noticing any changes or not. Now, some people do come expecting healing to feel like I've hit them over the head with a hammer. And if they don't feel it's dramatic change, then, they don't think it worked and they move on. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want healing to feel like I've been hit over the head with a hammer. I'd rather it be a little gentler. So, be careful what you ask for. It's one of my top tips when you come for a session. But when we're on this healing journey, we have to acknowledge that, it took us a while to get into this mess or this pickle, as you might call it. So it may take us a little bit of time to get out of it. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. We can't always clear everything up in 2 nanoseconds. Now, I do have miracle sessions, and I always hold the space for miracles in clinic. And we just turn up and we see what your body's ready and willing to let go of in that moment. My preference is, though, that it's gentle, because healing should be a gentle process. We don't want all the, healing crises and all of that kind of thing. We just want this nice, gentle clearing. And that does mean that people, will need more than one session. It's just like, it's really difficult when you're seeing a client and they've got a lot going on. And, I would love to be able to, clear all of their pain and save them in that moment. That energy can come in, but I really have to leave it at the door when I do a session and just show up and see what's occurring. See what the body's ready and willing to let go of in that moment. It's an honor to be there for people in, times of crisis, as well as when, they're just dealing with life. And to be able to support them in any capacity, I absolutely adore that. And I'm very grateful that I do a job where I, kind of make a difference for people. And it's not always going to be a quick fix. We're in a society where we get things really quickly, I can sit in bed and order something online and it turns up the next morning. I mean, it's a bit insane sometimes. I do sometimes get things and go, that felt too quick to arrive. It's really weird. But that programs us, and the fact that, on our phones we can get any information in 5 seconds, we can get in touch with anyone around the world really quickly. There's this kind of expectation of speed, but we've spent years collecting that trauma, that pain, that emotional clutter, that, build up of the little things that have kind of created whatever problems you're experiencing. And it can take a little bit of time to unravel it. So it's a gentle journey. Now, while we're unraveling that one thing that you came for, we may resolve other little things. And, I know from my healing journey, when I first started, I had things on my list that weren't on my list actually because I didn't think I could resolve them. And yet they were the easiest things to heal. And I'm like, wow, okay, I didn't think, I'd get my hearing back and other things. And that for me was miracle. And we can hold the space for miracles. We can hold that space for people. We all love a miracle. They're always great. And miracles don't have to be big things. Like one of my friends said the other day, like miracles always feel like they're like some biblical event, like he was blind and then he could see. She was saying, any breakthrough is a miracle. And I have to agree. I think that's such a great way of looking at it. It's, just letting go of stuff that you maybe didn't think you could in that time frame, or, you weren't expecting, or you didn't even think was possible. And yet when we get a little shift in that thing, or it starts to break down, it's amazing. It is a miracle. So when we show up for healing, it's like, let's just see what we can do in the here and now. Now, as I always say, like if someone has a session, they could still be shifting from it a year later. It could still be unraveling. It's not like what happens in that 5 minutes that, gives you the result. And when you layer on a session and then another session, and and I only see clients like every month or so, like on like on a monthly basis, so it's not like I'm seeing them every week. And they might shift stuff, and what's been on their shopping list for months they stop mentioning, and I'm like, has it gone away? Or have they just forgotten to mention it? We just show up and see what the body wants to work on. And sometimes I never get feedback, and then I meet a friend of a friend of a friend who books, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you changed my friend's life," and so I wanted to see what you could do for me. And it's like, did I? I never heard. Where's my testimonial? It's too cute. So sometimes, I never get that feedback on what's happened. Anyway, it's very cute. But sometimes people come for a few sessions and then they just disappear, and I don't know that everything's changed in their world. But it's really amazing what can shift. One of my clients at the moment, she's just completely changing everything. Like within a week, her whole life is, changing in a whole new way. And it's amazing to see that growth and shift in her. And I'm really excited to see what she does next. But it's, it's when you're ready. It's like you have to do the work sometimes for a while before you get those big shifts. One of my colleagues always used to call it like every session was like turning a little cog in the wheel, and eventually when you turn that little cog enough, the big one next to it falls and then everything falls away. And I love that imagery. It's like sometimes a session is just a little shift, but those little shifts over time build up to let go of things. It's really fascinating. Anyway, I could talk all day about this, so but I won't. But if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. If you found some value in this, maybe share it with friends, like, comment, subscribe, help the channel grow. And yeah, so I hope you on your healing journey, show up and see what happens. And don't go with the expectation that you want to feel like you've been hit on the head with a hammer to know something's happened, because it's like, then that might be what you get. And does anyone really want that? I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Bye.